Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Leo. If Leo is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, and let's see, what do we have going on here today in these tea leaves, Leo? Well, you can see right off the bat we have a huge eye right here. Okay, and so we'll come back to that. It is, you can't miss it, really. But our card for today is the Six of Discs. A wonderful energy indeed. An energy of success. And it really does seem like we have a lot of goat energy in here. I see a few goats actually. Pretty interesting. This one in particular is very interesting to me. We have it looks like a person with long hair riding on the back of a goat. And we've had similar symbols in other readings before. I always think of the witch's Sabbath when we have a person riding on the back of a goat like this. And this is not a symbol of black magic, right? Or witch's magic. But I look at this as an expression of spiritual freedom, religious freedom, of being so uninhibited about inhibiting yourself. Yes, being very present in yourself, but not to the point where you can not express yourself outwardly. Okay. I believe that you're a Leo. So you are a person who takes a lot of pride in who you are, the things that you do, the things that you create, the things that you align yourself with. You're not really a person to hold back too much, right? I don't think that you are rude about it. I don't think that you are somebody who would be overbearing or, unkind to others if they are different in some way or they believe differently in some way. But I think that this is really all about your expression of whatever it is that moves you. And you are all in on that, okay? And I think a lot of this has to do, it's spirituality, yes, okay? But I think it's so much more about your relationship with the divine. Okay, not necessarily putting any labels on it, not limiting yourself to any one way, but I think that you just have that deep primal passion for feeling in line with the cosmos, right? That elation, that ecstatic energy. And I think that's where you get a lot of the energy that you put into your work. And this is what we're really talking about today, is the Six of Discs energy. This is more excellent energy. Last week it was, I forget what the card was, but I know that it was definitely not an unhappy reading. You've really been on fire lately. Okay. Now, I want to skip over and look over at this one, and let me see on here. Now, we have this magician energy. We have kind of another, almost, almost looks like another goat a little bit. But this one is standing, has a robe on, hand up. We have a heart right here, okay? And an expression to me of, and another goat right here. That's the other gun I was really thinking of. This is like the magician, the wizard, the world creator. We have right here the illuminated candle. We have here another goat, but this one looks more like an animalistic goat. Okay, so I feel like you are in a place of creating that which you seek, that which you want to manifest, the things that you are. I mean, it almost feels like when you get into this mode of career, creative, passion, whatever kind of movement, whatever it is that you're involved in, it's everything to you. It almost feels dire to be away from this, interest, this fire that you have inside of you. This may not be your main job in life. Maybe you have like a 9-to-5 and you get through that and you do fine with that. You're probably really good at it. But this other thing, this is your true calling. Does that mean that you're going to be making money with it? I don't know. I almost think sometimes it's kind of a bittersweet thing to make money with the thing that you love the most. Because there's so much room for souling it, right? But if you are one of those rare people that find a way to kind of monetize the thing that you really, really, are devoted to, and spend your energies in life kind of following or engaging in, then you are, a very blessed person. Most of us have to work other jobs, and we do things on the side that we love, and that's just kind of the way that the world is, right? And so I see very, very potent creativity here. Resorting of your life in some ways. Okay, I feel that you have been releasing yourself of limitations. You have been doing the interior work. It must be done. This is the only way to further any of that other work. Your career, your creative, organizing things within your networking and so on. You have to do that interior work because it is so much about the energy that you put out into the world that draws people to you and kind of really gets you to where you want to go within whatever your career path is. And maybe it shouldn't be like that for everybody. Some of us just don't have the best energy. Sometimes I know for myself, I'm very like closed off a good amount of the time in real life. Not because I'm rude. I feel like very inviting and I am personable, but I'm not outgoing, right? I kind of just do my own thing. And I don't know what people think of that, but I also live in an area where I look a lot different than most people. I'm into different things, which is awesome, because I, find other unique people, and I love the people that I live among, right? They're very kind, most of them. So, lucky in that way. But, some of us just don't have like that flowing energy all the time. But see, every Leo I've ever known very, very, like, has a very attractive energy to them. And I don't mean, like, it doesn't have to be romantic. That's not what I'm talking about. But there is a way of communicating. You all have a wonderful way of communicating. There's that fieriness, the confidence. Okay. The eye contact. A lot of you really are good at eye contact. Really, making somebody feel like you're very focused on them, engaged with them. Important, right? But you're also very good at making an atmosphere, creating a whole persona and atmosphere. Okay, and I'm not one of these people that are going to say anything bad about creating a persona. We all have many personas, and they serve us. Okay, in this base reality, not unlike putting on an avatar, right? That's what it is. That's what this is. We wear different masks. We wear different hats. We wear different skins. Whatever it is, whatever you want to put it. Okay. But the interior work has to be done, because the magician, as much as they are amazing and you might be in awe of them in the physical world, in this shared hallucination, in that interior world, it is vast, it is deep. We are so many things there as well. I'm confused about the idea of the authentic self. I don't understand it fully. I'm still doing the work. But I do know that we shift so greatly, each of us. And a lot of us are really fixed on this idea of a singular thing. I'm not. And that's what I love about Leos, is that you all are quite authentic, yes, but also many things. And it just enchanting, I think. Enchanting. And so and storytellers, actors, musicians, business people, amazing parents. A lot of amazing parent Leos that I know. So many things. And there's an endless list of things that you all do. But, I think that in this time, and here we see again another goat. Okay. And I'm just going to say, this is, yes, like that Capricorn energy. Yes, that devil energy. The devil energy is, I wish there was another archetype name for it, right? Because, and it's not the trickster, it's not really the underworld, but it is a being that breaks convention, right? That will not be dimmed by other people's social mores, rules, okay? Pushing the envelope, and very innovative. Unafraid to go to places most people would be like, I don't really want to talk about this kind of thing, or something I don't want to think about. I don't, I'm going to be safe. Well, this energy is all about being provocative. You know, in my younger years, very much I was interested in the idea and philosophies of being a libertine. If you know what that is, you maybe have some idea of what I'm talking about. You might also know I'm really into poetry, so I just, very much moved by the amour of life. And so, this energy in my mind is all kind of tied together. Now, do we have to live in this forever? Are we always this? No, of course not. At least I imagine it would be quite tiring. We shift through many archetypes. They're all inside of us. It's up to us to activate. So this is kind of what's going on, I think. And with the big I, oh my goodness, I really believe here, we have this feeling of bearing witness to your own evolution. And I like to look at this when it's kind of synced up. Bearing witness to your own evolution, but I also think that there is a sense of being kind of like that show pony. You're a little bit of a show off, right? And that's okay. Some people have to be. Some people have to be out there in the limelight, right? And it better be somebody who is kind of charming, engaging, something to listen to, somebody to form, the virus languages. I always think of burrows, kind of planting that alien virus in the brains of many. It just floods through us, through our consciousness. And who else to do that than a brilliant, kind of naughty leaning Leo, right? Having a little fun with it. Having, kind of encoding things with your own meanings. Telling us stories about ourselves. Invoking what? Something. Putting it out there into the universe for us to swim in. Yeah. Yes, Leo. Yeah. And, I feel like there are, I feel like there are people who are quite devoted to you. It seems like you are growing an audience. And I think often when I do readings for Leos, it comes up a lot as somebody who's maybe a performer, but a creative, definitely, of some kind. And maybe they are not your audience necessarily drawn to just your selfhood, but whatever it is you're creating, right? And I think that that's fulfilling mostly to you. But I think it's important that you continue to do that interior work, because I don't think it works without that. I think there's no balance. Okay, so if you are having trouble finding, something to believe in, something to follow, some kind of technique or modality, I say get out there, start looking stuff up. Keywords, whatever it is, things will come up. Get on the Googles, okay? There's just endless systems of esoteria, occultism, self-help, new age, whatever. I just watched a thing about, not my favorite system at all. But, you know, it was like a expose on the twin flame people. And, but you know, there's communities for everybody. It doesn't have to be something I am into. But if it speaks to you, your family doesn't have to be into it. But if it speaks to you, okay, just be discerning. You know, as somebody that is very much advocates not belonging to anything necessarily too much, don't close yourself off to other things. Okay, don't get pulled into something that, you know, whatever. You know, I mean, you can imagine what I'm gonna say about that, but I just don't align yourself with something that takes advantage of you as a person. You should always have autonomy. You should always be able to do whatever you want to do as far as your spirituality and so on. But I think it's a good time to be out there looking for something that really speaks to you, or some things, you know, philosophy, mental health modalities. There are a lot of things, and all of these things help with your work, your creative work. They give you insights into yourself and into others, you know. Language, it adds to your language the systems of jargon and, you know, whatever. It is helpful in so many ways. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? I have a person standing. I keep seeing this as a face, but it looks like a person standing beneath two eyes and a nose. Then I have a person standing up here with their arms reached out. And, you know, I have just this feeling over and over of you being watched. Okay, but not in a way that's like creepy. But I think that you really do, you get a fulfillment out of being noticed. And I think that is really coming into alignment for you. As I say, whenever we do have success, whenever things are going our way, we better be giving back. So find a way to be of service to somebody in your community, somebody in your family, whatever, you know, maybe in your friends group, maybe a complete stranger, you know, volunteer time, do something charitable, whatever it is, okay? It's important that we balance out when things are going well for us by giving to others who maybe need a little assistance. And I do mention this on a lot of my readings, and if you listen to the other ones, you're probably like, okay, she keeps talking about this. But I do think that this is a really important thing for all of us to remind ourselves and others, that, you know, giving of your time to people who don't have people, a lot of elderly people, you know, people who maybe live by themselves, live in these kinds of assisted living communities, places where you can go and volunteer and kind of sit with them, talk with them, whatever. You know, there are so many people in our world that feel invisible. Like nobody cares about them, nobody sees them, nobody hears them. You know, they go through their days without talking to anybody. You know, for a while I lived in an apartment complex where I was like by probably 30 years the youngest person that lived there. And it just, you know, was the part of town I was in. There was a lot of older people and stuff. And I can't tell you how many of these people weren't online, had no internet. They barely had a cell phone, maybe like a flip phone. And you know, I would stop and talk to a lot of them. I started having little, you know, little like, we'd have tea or cookies or whatever with some of the ladies down the hall. And just going out of the way to go and like give a Christmas card, whatever. And you really start to see, how lonely some people are. Now, I liked being alone. I could go days without seeing anybody. I could work remotely and not see anybody, and it just, it ended up being kind of good, a good time for me. Because I was doing some self-healing, but I would come in contact with people, as they came and went. And there were people that were just so lonely, and it's not good for the mind. Gosh, can you go days and days without talking to somebody, speaking out loud? That can be really difficult. So anyways, it makes me feel sad, really. And I laugh because it's such an uncomfortable reality. Okay. And so, go out of your way. Okay, be of service to somebody in your community. They don't even have to be elderly. There are tons of people our own age, 20-year-olds even. That's not my age group. Don't let me fool you. I'm far older than that. But, people in our own age group don't have anybody to talk to. They walk through life. They maybe work among people. They have families, whatever. But nobody engages with them. Can you remember the last time somebody asked you, how are you doing, and really listened? If you can, you're lucky. So, anyways, let's do one of these earthbound oracle cards and see how does this punctuate the reading. Here we go. All right, these are upside down. All right, it says message. All right, so you have a message coming your way. Something. I'm gonna do one more. I kind of like these sleep. Okay, so a message in your sleep. Look for that, please. And you know what? You need to be, I'm not good at shuffling here, so don't mind me. My husband, amazing. He's can do tricks and stuff. He's so be talking to me while he's shuffling cards, just right in the eye. I'm how do you do that? So anyways, oh yeah, shout out to my husband, Dove and Serpent Tarot. Paul over there, and most amazing tarot reader. But yeah, so a message in your sleep. Write down your dreams where you can. Make little notes when you wake up. Keep a pad of paper by your bed. It will help. Okay, Leo, I want to say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And as we know, the algorithm decides everything about everything. And so we like to give it the engagement that it wants. And those are things like liking the video, sharing the readings on other social media platforms, listening to the readings from the beginning to the end, and what else? Oh, if you haven't subscribed, please think about doing that. And you can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I just admit, I have been, I just been heartbroken. I'm just going to say that. My heart's broken right now. We are going through some difficult stuff in the family. Not with my husband, not with my daughter, not with myself. We're all good. Our little tiny family unit is good. But in our greater family, there's some serious health issues. And then everything else going on right now. I mean, I don't know. It's just compounding, it's hard. you know, we're all kind of in a, I don't know. So anyways, I'm trying my best, and I love you guys. I want you to know that it's nothing. Please don't take it personally if I have not answered one of your comments or whatever in the last like week and a half. I'm reading them for sure, and they really do mean a lot. Our family just needs a lot of prayers right now. You know, it just, yeah. So anyways, I love you all, and we'll talk in just a few days. All right.